Hello, it's Melina and Jayetta.
Jayetta. Oh, sorry.
I
know you
didn't know
wanted
which way to
to
point. Okay, so people, we're gonna jump right into this because we're a little late. I was having laptop issues, so I apologize for that. I'm gonna pull this up on my group real quick and see if I can invite a few people to join, but I'm going to multitask because I'm awesome like that. So, Jayetta, you joined May 2013.
12.
No.
13.
13.
Yeah, you know more than I do.
I wrote it down and didn't even ask you.
Oh, it's 2017 already. Yeah.
So Jayetta joined Pink Zebra in May 2013. She promoted to manager May 2014. We met July 2014 in Nashville. We'll talk. You guys have already heard that story. We've done that story before. Her highest personal sales volume is over $2,600 in a month. Whoop, whoop. We love some sales volume. We're some selling fools. I think she secretly competes with me.
I just like the dollar signs.
I mean, money buys stuff like pedicures and vacations.
Which is equal to happiness.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. Pedicures. And what was the other thing I said? I don't remember. Anyways, so I asked her what her most her proudest accomplishment is so far, and she said meeting me. But no, just kidding. She actually
I did say that.
She did say that first, and I told her that was not a proper answer. I wonder what people think when they meet me. No, I'm kidding. No, but she said being chosen to lead our company rallies is one of her proudest accomplishments. So we've got like 20 minutes because I told her she was done at 8. I'm releasing her at 8. So she's our decor expert, and we're going to talk a little bit about how she is using some of our shades, like because you're using shades without any kind of warmer or candle underneath them.
Right.
So the thing that I've heard her say several times is when people walk into your house, if you're a Pink Zebra consultant, they should be able to tell that because you should have our products out. And it's okay if you're new and you're slowly like building, we all start with that kit. And there were times where I was putting my simmering light out and then packing it for a party, and it was going with me because I didn't have my own personal stuff. But, it should be our goal to have some personal stuff that we can keep in our house. So I'm going to let Jayetta do a little bit of talking, and then we'll see if anybody else joins. It looks like we have 4 right now. So maybe we'll save the last 5 minutes for questions if anybody wants to ask. Okay. Otherwise, if not, we'll just dance for you. So take it away, boss.
Okay. Well, I think the biggest thing that you need to remember is one of the things that sets us apart from other home fragrance companies is the decor aspect of our shades. And that's distracting.
Total accident that I'm drinking out of a Tar Heels cup.
When I first started, we actually didn't have a lot of these higher dollar shades. They were just the smaller. I think our most expensive one was $25 or $30. And when we first started getting into the higher dollar shades, I think a lot of people were nervous about it, of whether can we sell this or not. And I kind of had like an epiphany one day when I was in town shopping, and there's a few stores that I don't typically go in because I love them too much and I might go a little crazy in there. But Pier 1, World Market, those are some stores that are basically all things that you love to put in your home. And I was in there one day. I walked into Pier 1 and I saw lanterns. I saw things that replicated stuff that we had with our melters at a higher dollar point than we were selling ours for. And I was like looking around at all the customers in there, loading their arms up with all this stuff, not even batting an eye at the price of it. And I'm thinking, well, this store's selling to these people. I can sell our cheaper ones I should say less expensive because they are good quality, I should be able to sell mine to people too. And so I really started marketing the home decor aspect of our shades and showing people how they can use them within the home, not just on your melters. I actually have the windmill shade out in my garden. It's so pretty.
I love that picture that you had shared. And please send me that one because I'll post that in the group so people can see. I will.
You know, the fact that it moves, it's all working parts. And, you know, when you host your own parties, you get them for free. And so I was like, if it's outside in the rain and ends up rusting after a couple years, it'll just make it look prettier because I like that old look. So I was not afraid to stick mine outside in the garden. And I mean, whenever I have people come into my home, they see these pieces and they see how I have them displayed. And sometimes they don't know even that it's a pink zebra piece because I have so many. Sometimes they'll just be like, wow, that's beautiful. And I'm like, that's pink zebra. And they're like, what? Because I don't have it over a warmer. And it just didn't cross their mind that it was a pink zebra item. So I think it's really important that you learn, spend some time on Pinterest, look at how people decorate their living rooms, because that's the kind of people that you want to market to and show them when you do events on your table or when you do home parties. You need to be displaying the shades so that they can see that too. Whenever I go to a home party, I don't put everything on the table. I've spread the stuff all around the hostess's house. In the living room, kitchen, dining room, whatever the rooms that we're utilizing, I put the stuff out. I show up about an hour early, so I have time to pretty much decorate her house with pink zebra. I'll move some of her things out of the way, and I'll put our stuff in its place. And then it also kind of spreads the stuff out, so if there's a lot of people at the party, they can walk around the house and not all be crowded around one small table. And then I like to show some of the DIY projects. In fact, the last home party I did, I replicated the DIY project that Kelly did on video with the little glass jars and the bottle soaks. I have not sold so many soaks and reed diffusers just to do that project in one party as I did that night, because I showed them how they could use that. And so, yes, we love our sprinkles. It's a consumable product, but don't forget that these shades are a higher dollar value, and they can help really increase your sales by pushing these shades. And then you're always going to have some people that can't afford some of them, and those are the ones that you're like, hey, you can get this for free. Do a party, and let's this one you love, let's do this party, and you get this one for free. I mean, I even have a lot of customers that can't afford it, but they still like to get it free. And so they'll host parties just to get the higher dollar shades for free. And then they can tell their husbands, look what I earned, honey. I only spent $200, but I got $300 free, And so it's a good selling point, for them too. How good we are on time?
Oh, we're so good on time. We have 13 minutes.
I talk so fast. I'm like, oh.
And I didn't interrupt, which is good.
So anyway, other fun ways that you can market your shades at events is to take some props with you. Don't take so many that it takes away from the table, but take some props. And the other thing that I recommend, I know when you join the company, you're really, really excited about zebra print, and you're like, zebra print everything. But really,
I was guilty of that.
Yeah, me too. I bought like the little zebra print, like muffin tin, like the muffin, everything, little balloons, zebra print. And I didn't even like pink before. I was like pink everything. But if you're going to push the home decor aspect, you got to show them what it's going to look like in their home. And I'm going to tell you 90%, maybe more, are not going to decorate in pink, and they're not going to decorate their homes in zebra print. So you have to tone it down. I like to just use all black because it showcases our stuff, but you could use white or cream. I just do a solid color, whatever the color is, just do a solid. And I really don't like solid pink either, only because if you do have some of our pink boxes out, it just kind of distracts from that. And especially like our cartons that are pink, you really want the product to pop, not the tablecloth.
Right.
So tone down the tablecloth, but bring some props. Show them, what they can use. Bring some candles. Show them how you can place this over a candle. Show them how you can put some silk flowers in. Like, I think I have the milk jug. Do we still have that one? That shade available? I think it's in the clearance outlet.
Yeah, I think it's in the outlet store.
But we had that old milk jug shade. I have it on my bathroom counter with flowers coming out of it. So no, it's not on a melter or anything. Mostly because it's my kids' bathroom and they
lost their wax privileges.
They lost their wax melter privileges. It's just way too tempting to play in the wax. And it's great that our wax doesn't burn you, and I can say that for a fact because my kids think that it's like paraffin wax and playing in it all day long. So they lost their wax melter privilege in their bathroom, but I can still showcase pink zebra in every room. So I do love that about the shades. So does anybody have any questions or have anything they'd like a suggestion on what to do with a specific shade you may have that you'd like to figure out how to showcase it? I know when you first start, like Melina said, you don't have a whole lot, which is perfectly fine. You don't have to have every shade. I've been in for almost 4 years and hosted a lot of parties myself and earned a lot of these, almost all of them, for free myself. So it's just 4 years of, building up, but I hardly had any in the beginning. So feel free to, let me know if you have a specific shade, if you only have one or two that you'd like to try and figure out what to do with, or any other ideas on how to market to your customers the shades. I also really want to push the fact that our simmering lights, if they don't have a melter, try to get them that one, because that one's going to start the shade obsession. The simmer pot's not really going to start, you know what I mean? And when you have people that ask about using other melters, I always let them know, hey, if you're just trying to start out and see what our sprinkles are like, they'll work, but they're not going to get your max scent. You're not going to get your max value out of the sprinkles if you're not using them. And I make sure I explain it's not a selling ploy. It actually has to do with the science of the temperature of how hot it is, where the bulb is in relation to the dish. Sorry, that's my dog.
It's okay. Alpine's over here acting a fool too.
She's petrified. It's raining outside, and she panics if she hears rain or wind. And she's like, she shakes. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
About how there's the science behind our warmers and our
right. Yeah. And you explain to them, and then Tom once said, that's like real estate. You get real estate in someone's house, they're going to keep buying more.
And that is why we don't sell replacement liners. Because what's to stop someone from buying one set and then just saying, oh, I just want the I was going to say purple. We don't have purple. But, I'll just take the olive green liner, no base with it. So they still only have one warmer. They could just.
And that's the thing, too. A lot of these houses, I think it's really important to know the facts about our melters. They are made for a 20 by 20 by 20 space. A lot of homes nowadays are open floor plan homes where one room leads into another, that leads into another. Yep. And customers will sometimes think, well, I just need one for one room. Well, your room is the size of like 5 normal rooms put together in some of these houses, and one melter is not going to be enough.
Right.
So then they're going to feel like this wax doesn't work. So you need to explain to them, if you have an open floor plan home where your living room and dining room and kitchen all open up to each other, you have to think of those as all separate rooms, and you got to put one melter in each room. Yep. And if we, like Melina said, if we sold the liners, they're going to get just one, and they're not probably going to be as satisfied as if you explain to them, you know, you really, to get your max scent cash, you really need to get one of these in each of those rooms to fill that whole space in your room.
Right.
Especially those with higher ceilings too. Knowing the placement of them. I guess that's a whole other topic, but I noticed if I place, heat, you sense the scents mix in with moisture, which is moisture is in heat in the air and heat rises. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's the quick scientific, I don't know, I'm not very good at science talk, but that's the quick version.
I'm not good at science talk either.
So basically your scent is rising.
That's why we have David. He's our science guy.
David! So basically the scent is rising with the heat, right? So if you place your melter on top of a bookshelf that's already 6 feet up, you're not going to get the scent cast in the room. So, I always talk to my customers too about making sure they're down on a coffee table, down on a side table. Make sure those melters are down below standing level. When you're standing up, it should be below your nose level when you place it in your home too. Sorry, that's completely not the topic we were going to talk about.
Okay.
It just made me think that.
Any knowledge that we can pass on that will help people, increase their sales. They say knowledge is power, so I'm all for it. But I'm one of those people when someone will be like, so tell me about blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, that's science. That's a little out of my comfort zone, but don't they smell great? I just tell with my cuteness factor. I do try and find the answer for them, but I don't claim to know everything because there's just so much information. And I had never really thought, I knew, heat rises. And so our warmers, that creates some heat with, melting our sprinkles. And I've never put a warmer that high, but I can see why you wouldn't want to. So it totally makes sense. It seems like common sense to me, which I get more than science, but there is science behind that.
And some people don't. So learn the science too.
That's right. Yeah.
Common sense is gone.
All right. So we have 4 minutes and no questions. I posted and asked if anybody had any questions, and they don't.
Oh, thanks, guys. All right.
They're just absorbing all the information.
That's because we just said everything.
Pretty much. That and then some. I really need to sit down and look at the shades that I currently have and see where I could, jazz up my, especially my living room, because that's the room everybody sees when they come to my house. And right now I do have a warmer in it. Oh, since we're talking about warmers, here's my ninja tip. We have 2 of our warmers in our home that are on timers. So we just went and bought a little timer at Target, and except in daylight savings time, it turns on just a little before we get home from work and then turns off around the time we go to bed, because we don't need those warmers running when we're at work, and we definitely don't need them running when we're asleep. And so it's really nice because it's just, maybe 4 or so hours a day.
That plugs into the wall, and then your warmer plugs into it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know. And it's so nice because, in my living room, I probably only change that wax out maybe once a week-ish, because that warmer's only going on for, maybe 4 hours a day. So that's just something to think about. We don't obviously sell timers, but that's a tip that you can share with your customers, because people always say, oh, I'm worried I won't turn it off at night. Well, obviously you can't tell people yay or nay if they can do that. I personally have a warmer that stays on in my kitchen almost all day. Actually, it does stay on all day, and I haven't had any issue. But if I do, that's my personal liability. That's not Pink Zebra's fault. But for people like that who feel like they're going to forget to turn off their warmers, the timer is an option. And that's why some people won't do candles, because they're scared they'll forget to blow them out. And I have left home with a candle.
Oh my goodness. Me too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
more than once.
We get caught up. I mean, I came home and by golly, it smelled great in my kitchen. And thank goodness, my Pink Zebra glimmer glass was, it's.
I've even told myself, like, blow the candle out before you leave. Oh, kids, go to the bathroom real quick. Then we leave and come back and like, whoop.
I should put a note on my front door, like, that says, "Did you leave a candle burning?" So that I can read it. Okay, well, it's about top of the hour, as they say in the radio.
Top of the hour, too, y'all.
It's almost. No, that's not how that works. We've reached the top of the hour, viewers. So it's time for us to say farewell. We've enjoyed having you on Monday Night Live. I don't know which way to point. Alpine's tail going on back there. Join us next week where we discuss another fascinating topic. Actually, next week, team, I don't have a guest. I don't have a guest because you just get me. Yay. But thank you, Jayetta.
Or if I'm feeling like it. Oh,
or we might get Jayetta again. She'll let me know what else she's an expert at. She'll tell me what she can.
I don't know if we can talk about that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, this was going to go on Consultant Corner. So you just took it.
Melina. I'm talking about like filing.
Jayetta Donaldson, friends.
Lotion making or reed diffuser mixologist.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I can edit this.
Yeah, these might actually smell good together.
What two is it?
But they're old fall scents, so I'm not going to say what they are because it's spring.
Okay, that's true. It's spring. All right. Well, y'all have a great night, everyone. And we'll chat again soon.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Jayetta.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Always. All right. I'm going to go hop on. Oh, wait. I haven't hit end yet. I should probably hit end. I'm going to go watch Dancing with the Stars.
Can we edit that out?
No. I'm going to go watch Dancing with the Stars, and I might hop on your team training to listen into.
All right.
Because, Bye.